Hey Flosstube, it's Sarah, our Stitching Kingdom. I am coming at you on Friday, January 9th, 2026. Happy New Year. Hope everybody's New Year was good. Recovered from Christmas. We're just getting back to normal scheduling after the Bermuda Triangle of, Christmas and New Year's and all that fun stuff. Got lots of stitching done, got some fun stitchy prizes for presents, and here's a Rox. Say hi. She's very purry. Say hi to Princess. Hi, Princess. They'd be good buddies because they're like twinnies. Twinsies. But anyway, so I'm just coming to show you what I worked on after my last Flosstube video and tell you my plans for January. So we're just gonna hop on into it. First off, I worked on, let's see here, let's put these to the side over here. I'm gonna tell you my totals for the year. In 2025, I stitched a total of 93,651 stitches. And that is on my main whips. Right now I don't have multiples of more than a couple. I have multiple mirrors / Noras on the go, and what I've done is I've got a couple in timeout. This is kind of my spreadsheet that I have. Anything in red is my focus, and then my blue are my ones that are my active whips, and then I have like different colors for other designers and things like that. And then my whited out ones are my finishes, which is fun. So I'm not bringing any, what's the word? I'm not bringing out all of my whips in 2026, but as I finish them, I'm going to just kind of do what I did last year. As I finish, another whip is going to take its place, and I'm going to try to go top down. So oldest, I'm going to be, working on all of my oldest whips. Right now, my oldest whip is one of my focus pieces. It's the Guardian from Teresa Wentzler. I started that when I was either in high school or right after high school, so around 1999. So it's needing to get done. So I will pull that out here in a minute when we talk about plans. And then right now I only have one full coverage on the go. Well, two full coverages. I have one Haid type full coverage on the go, and that's my Kingdom Hearts. So, and that's not a Haid. It was just one that we got, that I got for a Christmas present or a birthday present many years ago. So, and it's kind of old too. Let me show you what I worked on over break. Speaking of that, my Kingdom Hearts piece. This is such a fun one. I found the bottom left corner. So I've gotten 3 corners on this piece already. Hi. And then this is what it's going to look like. And I just pulled this out and did some work on it during the break because I hadn't worked on it for a little bit. And I think I lost a needle. Excuse me, kitty. I feel like I just lost a needle. That's not good because I thought there was 2. I heard it. I will get my magnet later, I guess. Where is it, kitty? But anyway, let me yes, So here is that, bottom left corner. And, woohoo, look at that. So there's 3 corners right there. And what I'm doing is I'm color completing all the outside black. When I first started this, I was kind of doing page by page. And I was doing 1 over 1 full cross, and then I have switched to 2/1 half cross. So a lot of these are kind of blended in and things like that, so it'll be fine. My mom and I were actually talking about that because she's got some Cross Stitch Studio pieces that she started, and they're 1/1 full cross, and she completed a project with half crosses, and she was like, "Ooh, I really like this." So she's trying to switch her stuff over, but then she noticed that on this Lady Liberty piece that she's working on, that it would look too harsh to do the transition, and so she's going to do it like up in the sky. It's going to be really cool when she does it. I'm just pulling up how much I stitched on for Kingdom Hearts, and I stitched on, where are you, Kingdom Hearts? Kingdom Hearts, oops, I need the 2025. In December, I did 3,461 half crosses. So I did quite a bit on it, which was really nice to do, and to kind of get some love on this. So now I just have to go all the way across and then all the way up, and then I will do another color completion, because I think that's going to be one of the easier ways to do this piece. So, and this is actually going to be one of my categories that I work on. I think it was full coverage, so that will come back out in January. So, and then I worked a lot on cardinal points. How many stitches did I do on this? In December, cardinal points got lots of love. It got, did I not write it down? Oh no, it's wrong. Okay, so 20. I didn't write down how many stitches. One moment, please. I know I logged it somewhere. Yes, I was counting it for this one. Sorry, hold please. A little out of practice, but you know, when this is not your job, and life's, it's fine. Okay. 2,320 stitches is what cardinal points got for it. I'm gonna put that in here so I don't forget. Oops, no. 23. $23.20. Okay, there we go. That's better. Okay, so 2320 stitches. I have found the last corner. So I'm not going to take it out of the Q-snap because this is all I have left to do on cardinal points. So, and yeah, so I just have the flowers over here to do, and I have the there's two of those flowers. They come right there, and then there's another flower right there, and then I've got to do the wording right here. Right? Yeah, I got to do the wording right here. Add 26 over here. But yeah, all of this I have to finish stitching in the little dragonfly. But yeah, this is going to be finished either this month or next month because I'm using this for 2 prompts for Sammy's categories. So, because this is kind of like my focus one, that if I don't want to use something for the categories, or I just want to work on this, It's the way I'm going to do it. I'm going to swap it in. So close. And we'll see how close we can get. So those were both in December, my kind of December stitching, which was kind of nice. And then for my sale this year, I'm doing Cabinet of Curiosities, and I'm breaking that one into 12 parts. And this is by Cloud Factory. And this will be a really good one. I'm super excited. And this is where we are at. I finished that very top shelf, and then I want to say I'm going this way for February. So yeah, it's looking so good. And this was really fun to stitch. And everything, what I'm doing is, oh yeah, and I realized that I forgot some of the glow in the dark down here. So when I move the Q-snap down more, I'll just fill those in, because like there's a little shiny thing right here on the bell jar, and then like within the mushrooms there's some highlights, little toadstool patterns. So this will come back out in February for its time. And let's just hop over into the rest of categories for this month. And Sammy from Sammy J Stitches, I will link her below. She does categories every month, and it's just kind of like a goal, not a goal, but like guidance, because some people can stitch what they want when they want. Some people just want to focus on a couple of different whips. This one is a nice one because you can kind of work your whips how you want to. And so for January, there's pattern type paper, Flora or Fauna, Fandom, Scenic, and Large. So for Flora and Fauna, my cardinal points fits because that's both flowers and animals. And then Scenic, let's see. Oh, I'm just going to be using Flora and Fauna once, but it'll get 500 stitches. And then I'll try to do another 500 stitches later in the month if I have time after I've met my category goals. And Fandom is Kingdom Hearts. So I'll do 1,000 half stitches on that. And then Scenic is Guardian. This is my oldest whip. This is also one I want to focus and work on monthly. And I've been doing a pretty good job at that. And I almost have the way because I have the original pattern and it's one of those big, huge papers. So I copied it and then kind of split it up. So, but this is what the Guardian's looking like. And I almost have all of this page done. I just have this much, and I think a little bit over here by the castle. And then I can kind of switch the page that I'm working on. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to connect it, because this is where the dragon's head was from previous Sarah stitching. So when I picked it back up, I had the head done, I had some of this, and I had a good portion of the castle done. So yeah, it's gotten a lot of love. I did do the border all the way around, and I am not doing the fancy border. It does have, let me pull it does have the, whoa, that's blowing it out. The good old, quarter stitches and back stitching, and I'm like, no, we're just gonna go with just that lovely, lovely dragon. So I actually might go up this way. I don't know yet, but yeah, so we will see where we can go. But yeah, that's The Guardian by Teresa Wentzler. And that is another one that I do have duplicates of. I have Under the Evergreen as well. So I do have a couple of full coverages on the go, but like active in my active whips. But there's Guardian. So lovely. And it's really fun to work on. And so I can't wait to get back to that. That'll be nice. Let's see. So that. And then my large is Mirabilia Alice. And this is one that I remember, this is like my very first one that I had purchased, like when it came out. Can't remember when it came out. And I bought it from Under the Seas Fabrics. I remember buying it from Leslie, so that was really fun. And it's on a piece of silk weaver that I got from the 2000s when I was in a Fabric of the Month club, and that is upside down. And this is the bottom of the project. So what I did is I still need to fill in these curtains right here. And that's probably what I'm going to do, is we're just going to work on the curtains. Everything up here is done, and then we've just come down. All of her skin is done, so we just have to work on the skirts and then the curtains. So, and there was a mistake, I believe, somewhere down here, but I can't remember. So, because I remember going and doing all the, you know, deciding to come up to the top and working my way down. So, but we'll get it fixed. And I know that there's like some parts where I'm like over 2 or over, like, because this silk weaver opalescent is kind of crappy, but it's okay. The holes are just kind of hard, especially when you have the opal in it. Sometimes you can count over that and it's not in the right hole, and it's fine. But we've made it work. So I really like it. It's really fun. And then this is Light Effects. Never ever working with that again. And my last one for pattern type paper is kind of hard, considering some news that we got at the beginning of the year. There was in 24-25, Bella Filipina did the Black Sirens Sal, and people were like, oh, well, it looks incomplete when the last piece was released. It's some sirens on rocks. It's really cool, but the rocks are not complete. Let me find my picture. Let's see here. So the frustrating part was, here is what the final project of the Sal was. As you can tell, those rocks are really not filled in. And, you know, some people made it work, or, you know, they did whatever. But some people specifically asked, hey, are the rocks going to be filled in? And Drin, who is the designer of Bella Filipina, said no. Well, cue the beginning of the year, and this was released. And they're not a siren-y, it's fine. But if you look, they've got these fun little guys down here, and look at those rocks. The thing that the stitchers asked about, you know, or suggested to him or whatever, were now available in this pattern. And not only that, the Sal was $45, plus kitting up was not cheap. Because it is a bigger piece of fabric. It was, the piece is like 345, 350, you know, it is quite large this way. And so you had to have a special cut of fabric for it. And then, yeah, and then the beads and the specialty fibers and DMC, all of that, right? It is expensive to kit up patterns, yes. This one was $40. And the materials list was not the same. And there were many people who have completed that stitch along, framed it, not happy, or they did their own thing. You know, they kind of filled in the rocks on their own. And, you know, yeah, so a lot of not happy people. And especially considering the temper tantrum that Nora Corbett has thrown probably 6 to 8 months ago. about if you want to stitch Bella Filipina, don't bother stitching my designs, which caused a lot of people who stitch both to say, "Casey, bye, you're not getting any more of my money. I will stitch what I have, but you're not getting any more of my money." And went over to Drin and to support him. Well, Drin, I'm sorry to tell you, the treatment was not good. I'm really glad that I have not started that sal, and I probably won't start that sal, which is disappointing and a waste of money, and you know. But all that to say that I will continue to stitch what I have. Bella Filipina wise, I do have, I want to say I got Jasmine, or no, I got the Little Mermaid, or it's coming. But that will probably be my last purchase for Bella Filipinas, just unless he releases another, what, I don't know, you know, unless something really catches my eye. I really liked La Katrina, but she's $40 just for the pattern alone. Or if you want to do a PDF, it's also $40. So not sure that that's worth it print-wise, but all that to say, sorry, my little soapbox there, that my pattern type paper is Mermaid Treasures Amethyst by Bella Filipina. I do really like his work. I mean, you know, they're beautiful. I have Bellatrix, I have quite a few of his patterns. But yeah, and also a lot of people were burned by the Mermaid of the Season sal, where they were released this way in the sal, and then not quite a year later, they released the Mermaids of the Seasons, but didn't call it that. But they were on angles, so it was a diamond shape. So they were all at an angle, and a lot of people were not happy about that because they were like, "Oh, I can get these mermaids, but it's a completely different orientation." So anyway, but so this is on Mystic Fabrics, Huskavix or something. It's the water horses from Norse mythology that you see in Frozen. But there she is. I haven't gotten the very bottom of her tail yet, but there is her face. It's kind of creepy looking, but I have gotten to the top, and I'm working on her, and I worked on filling on her hair, and we're working on her skin now. It's just normal 2/1, easy peasy. I have not gotten the beads for this yet, so I'm going to order some from Leslie because she does a delicate conversion. I think I want to do that, but, or I guess I could look in my stash and see what I've got. But yeah, so that one I did 500 stitches on. I just finished that today, so this will be going away until I want to work on it again. It's put in timeout. So, but yeah, so unfortunately I will stitch what I have on Bella Filipinas, but I will no longer be purchasing Bella Filipinas. So, which, you know, it's unfortunate, whatever. It is what it is. But just frustrating. So, anyway, I will hop into some haul. I got some good Christmas presents, and my last fabric of the month from Sammy at Tiny Hummingbird Stitchery. And I'm trying to think if I have any other things that I'm doing with them. The 14th I'll be bringing out my Christmas Eve couriers. I think I did move this over to start on Rudolph. I did. No, I did not. I'll have to move that. But I'm going to, this was my last Christmas Eve courier on the set. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it back up to Rudolph. And on the 14th of each month, I'm going to work on this. So I'm excited to do that, almost kind of a sal, but not really. So we'll put that in there. And then, so, what was it? Oh yeah, I'll do this and then I'll talk about a fun encounter that my friends and I had. Oh, and I don't have the paper, do I? I don't think so, I do. I'll have to look and see if I can oh, yes I do. Ha ha ha. Oh. Okay, and that's gonna go next. So this is my last fabric of the month. It's called Bloop Bloop from Atomic Ratch Fabrics. And this is a 32 count Lugana. Oh, that's really fun. And I have lots of fun things that'll go on this. Like a snowman would go on this really well, or a mermaid, and I have a few of those. So, but this is from Sammy from Tiny Hummingbird Stitchery. This was my Fabric of the Month. This was December. And I'm not doing a Fabric of the Month program this year because I have a crap ton of fabric and I need to use it. So, yes. And then I am on the auto ship for the new Cottage Garden, Year in the Woods 2. Look at that cardinal. I know Cheryl from Pickle Stitches has already got this ordered, but she's gorgeous. Like, I love this Quaker on the inside. So beautiful. So, yes. Very, very fun. So, and then I'm on my own little auto ship of quirky Quakers. So Sammy sends me some fun little, she's got a list and she just goes down it and says, okay, what haven't I sent her? This quirky Quaker bunny. Quirky Quaker Stegosaurus. I love these little dinosaurs. They're so cute. And this is Darling and Whimsy. And then quirky Quaker Snowfolk. So I love the guy with his little top hat and what do you call it? And bow tie. He's so dapper. But yeah, this is lots of fun. I have a friend that loves snowmen, so I think that might be her Christmas present for next year. And then my mom for Christmas, with the help of my husband, because I sent these to him, bought me some patterns off of Etsy. And this is HP Tribute, and I love all of the little, it's going to be easy. Yeah, I'm super excited. It's going to be really fun to do. And then, and that is by Arg Ornica on Etsy. And this is New Dream Stitch. And this is In This House, and it's Disney-fied. And it says, in this house we believe in once upon a time and tales as old as time. Here Ohana means family and we love each other. To infinity and beyond, we wish upon stars and go on magic carpet rides. We see the light and paint with all the colors of the wind. We know that some people are worth melting for, and that the past can hurt, but you can either run from it or learn from it. We will never grow up because laughter is timeless, imagination has no age, and dreams are forever. In this house we do Disney. So I really like that. So when I start things again, yes. And then, I don't know, I've seen this done a couple times. I think we were at, I know we were at Stitch West, and I know I was at one of the Crazy Women when I saw this, and it's Lord of the Rings, and it's by Stitching Coven, and this is off of Etsy too, and it is just gorgeous. I love kind of band sampler type, but yeah, super, super fun. I really love the door of Speak Friend and Enter of the Mines of Moria. I really love that one. It's so cool. So super excited to get those started. Not now, because I've got a lot that I'm working on right now. So, and then as of, I can't remember, I think we've got a little bit longer to register for this. This is the Galentine's Stitch Day, February 21st. In Syracuse. It's put on by Brooke and her Brooke Hunter. And she does have, like, I think it's Stitching with Brooke on Facebook. And yeah, so it's super fun. It's only $75. You get a meal, you get treats, and she puts on a really good retreat. She did a one-day witchy stitchy and up in Layton, and that was so much fun, and it was just a small retreat, and yeah, and I really like those. I like the bigger ones too, but sometimes you just need a small stitch day with with friends, and yeah. So speaking of a stitch day with friends, my good friend Amy from Amy J's Creations was in town visiting her family. She lives in Switzerland, and but yeah, her family lives here, and so she came down. A couple of us were able to coordinate with it, and It was Amy and Kara from Kay in the Cave, and the other Sarah that lives up here, and she is Redneck Bifocal Stitcher. So if you're not watching Amy J's Creations, Kay in the Cave, or Redneck Bifocal Stitcher, you need to. They are amazing human beings, and I love them so much. Kara has just recently put up a stitch, or a Flosstube, and spoke about our fun little meetup. And we went to Kneaders, and we had this picture taken. It's so much fun. Love all my friends. And if you see in the back over here, there's some peoples in this corner. And Amy had, like Kara had said, we were sitting there and hearing people talk, and it did sound like a MLM pitch, a multi-level marketing pitch, and we were, in Utah County, so those are prevalent. And we're just kind of like, don't do it, no, don't do it, kind of just, it's pretty funny. And Amy had brought some Swiss chocolate, and she had a little basket, and we had taken our fill and everything, and she's like, what do I do with this? And we're like, just go give it to them. And she's just like, no. She is so bold. I love her. And so Sarah and Kara had already gone, started making their way outside, and I was kind of just waiting. And she's like, I'm going to go do it. And so she takes her cute little bowl, goes and pours it out on the tables, says MLMs are a scam. Merry Christmas or something like that. And we took off. And we were just giggling the whole time as we're leaving, because it's like, these poor kids, they're probably college, and with the amount of MLMs that are out there and promising grand things, but then, they're breaking down their structures and things like that, going from direct marketing, going from a direct marketing platform, so to say, to a website, and taking those people out of the mix, they're consultants and stuff, they're turning them into affiliates. Monet is a big example of that was huge, and they have just, shattered. And Hannah Alonso is amazing. Kara had mentioned her in her video as well, so I'll link her below. And just, it's interesting to watch her, and the people that get caught up in them, and it's just sad. But anyway, so, and then Crafty Gaming Jamie released a YouTube video, and I'll link that below as well, because it was really cool, about the Bella Filipina thing, and then also about some issues with the Haid Sal for this year, and I guess last year too. I have not purchased a Haid in quite some time, because of some shady dealings with them. They're a whole nother story. And so just buyer beware. And we as stitchers are able to let these designers and companies know that we're not happy by spending our money other places. So and just be cautious with how you spend your money. I don't judge. But so I hope you all have a great week. We're getting ready for first recital of the year. That's next Thursday, and I'm excited to see all the different dances. We'll cry. We'll go home happy. It'll be great. So just a lot of work, a lot of stress, but it's the beginning of a really exciting season. So I hope you all have a great night, have a great weekend, and stay safe, and we will talk to you later. Thanks for stopping by.